Hey guys, my name is Ben Howard. Today we're out here at Furman University to do another review of a Goliath disc mold. Today we're looking at the Jireh. This is a really interesting disc because from the flight numbers you would assume this would kind of be more like a Buzz, but in my experience this is actually a lot closer to like a Mako 3 or just that really straight mid-range that doesn't really want to turn, doesn't really want to fade, just holds that line you put it on. But compared with the rim shape, it's actually very interesting. As you can tell, it's very sharp around the edge. It's got a very deep, it's not really a bead, but like it's just where the rim comes down. And it's a lot more prominent on the Oasis plastic version of it too, where it comes down. It's almost a little sharp. Like it's not really like flashing, but like it's a little bit more pronounced, I guess you'd say, on this one. But as you can tell, I've got them in both the OT and Oasis plastics. From what I've thrown of them, I haven't been able to tell a difference really, but if you're interested in checking these molds out, please go check out Goliath Discs. I got their link down in the description. And if you use code BenHoward10, it'll get you 10% off your order. So please go check that out if you're interested. But let's go ahead and get in the video. All right, guys, so we're on hole one. This is a par 4. I believe it's a little over 300 feet, just straight ahead. Going slightly uphill, so it plays a little bit farther than that. But really all I got to do is just try not to turn these over. Just going to try and throw them straight at the basket. Just make sure to give them a little bit of extra height. Yeah. Right back a little left for me, maybe? Yeah, that was pretty good. Let's see. Just to get a little warmed up, I'll throw another one too, see if I can get any closer. Okay, that one came up a little bit shorter, but as you can tell, those things are just, I mean, obviously they bend a little bit, but overall just super, super straight. Left. Yes, let's go. Woo. All right, guys, so we're on hole 2. This is a par 4. I believe a little over 350 feet. You can't see it from here, but it's on the other side of these tree branches out in the open. Really all I'm trying to do is just get something past this telephone pole out to the left. As long as I'm out there, I have a pretty easy approach shot in the green. So just go and do that. I'm gonna throw the OT Jireh. Ooh, a little bit of a early release, but okay, that's fine. That'll put me probably in like the 150 foot range instead of the 100-foot range that I wanted. Let's see what we can do. Left. Okay, a little long, but that's still well inside the circle. Well, technically I am a little long, so, but there we go. All right, guys, we're on hole 3. The T sign here says 325 par 4, but I think the U-disc says something different. I don't really know which one's right. I think the distance on here is pretty correct. 325 sounds about right, but I don't know. We'll play it as a par 3 for today. But really just trying to hit these flat, get it out through the gap, and then throw my approach shot into the green. I probably could get them down there and get a putt, but with trying to punch through this gap, it makes that shot a little bit more difficult than it really needs to be. So I'm just trying to push it out straight and see what we can give ourselves. Yeah, that'll work just fine. I think technically this is outside of that 45-foot range that I've been giving myself to putt with the Genesis in these reviews, but I'm not putting with a mid-range, so let's give this a bid. Oh wow, the tailwind dropped it hard. Sit down. Be careful in this basket, it's a little wonky. All right, guys, so we're on hole 4. This is a par 3, like a little over 200 feet, just straight ahead. I'm gonna go with the OT, just straight at it. I'm probably gonna throw 2 on this one just so I can kind of try and give it an ace run. But, let's see. I'm trying down tempo on this one just a little bit, but still give it a good amount of height. Get up there. Bad reaction, but didn't give it the height I wanted to. But you can see it actually held a little bit straighter that time. We're also throwing, I got a pretty slow tailwind, so that might be kind of holding it a little bit straighter too. So see if I can adjust this one in the basket. Oh, that's better, kind of. Ooh, yeah. So sending it long that time. All right, so this actually ended up being a lot closer than I would have thought, but still got to make the putt. Ooh, it's a good catch. All right, guys, so we're on hole 5. This is a par 3, a little under 200 feet, just on the other side of this little group of trees right here. So really got to throw like some kind of, not really stall shot, but a shot where like the disc just kind of runs out of energy and just falls straight down. I don't want it to go too far left or right, but the biggest thing I got to pay attention to is throwing across the Swamp Rabbit Trail. So I'm really not trying to hit anybody today, but I'll cut to whenever we're good to throw. All right, we're all set. I'm gonna go with the OT plastic smooth. Try and get the fall out of the sky. Get through it. Oh, it did. And I think it's parked. No, we'll find out. All right, guys. So we're on hole 6. This is a par 4. I believe in like 320 to 350 feet from here. You've got 2 gaps you can really go for. You've got the straight gap right here. It's obviously really tight, but if you hit it right, you can get up there for an eagle. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and throw out here to the left, about where this tree is, but maybe like 30 feet right of it. If I put it over there, it gives me a pretty easy like 100-foot approach shot into the green. So I'm going to go with both of them just to kind of show you the difference between the 2 plastics, hopefully. But the OT is going to be my main play because I feel like I can get to hold the angle a little bit longer. A little too much, or yeah, I think I put a little too much angle on it. Need to kind of hold straight a little bit longer, but so I was gonna throw again, but then like about 30 people decided to walk through the walking path just off to the left side of the fairway. And like I said, I'm not trying to hit anybody, so we'll just play through this real quick. I can do the same thing on hole 8 and show off the same stuff, but let's go ahead and get up and down. In the bucket. Oh, almost. All right, guys, so we're on hole 7. This is a par 3. I don't even think it's 200 feet, just straight ahead. Biggest thing to pay attention to is the ground slopes away behind the basket, so it's pretty easy to go long on this hole. This is another hole where I want to try and give it an ace run, so throw 2 shots at it, but I'm going to go with the OT as my main shot. Oh, almost. Okay, that's fine. I don't even think that's like, it might be in circle too, so let's see if I can do it a little bit better with the Oasis. Ah, dang it. Put that on a little bit of hyzer. Ooh. All right, so I ended up being about 40 feet. So let's go ahead and make this. Oh, almost. I thought I made that. Man, just a little right. Dang. All right, guys, so we're on hole 8. This is par 3, 210 feet, just straight ahead. Going slightly uphill. As you can tell, don't really have I mean, you could throw just a straight shot under these branches, but I can't really do it with these mid ranges. So I'm gonna try and take it out to the left, over the top of these trees on some anhyzer. Just trying to get it to bend back to the right, and hopefully flatten out and just kind of cruise straight to the basket. I'm gonna go with the Oasis one as my main shot. Come out, come out, get in the hole. Oh yeah, perfect. Oh yeah. All right, guys. So we're on hole 9, final hole of the video. This is a par 5, 500 feet, just dead straight ahead. Biggest thing to pay attention to is we don't end up on off to the left behind this big group of trees right here. If you get off to the right, it gets a little tricky, but there are some lines through the trees to get down there to the basket. But if I throw 2 good shots, we can get a start with an eagle and we can end with an eagle. So let's go and get it. Holy crap! I yanked the snot out of that. Okay, maybe maybe no eagles today. Well, besides one I already got. All right, so just really trying to do the same thing I was trying to do off the tee. Just get it through this gap. Just get down there as far as I can. See if I can give myself an easy approach shot to the green. There we go. That'll be easy approach shot. Ooh. Thought I might have done it. All right, guys, that finished up a round out here at Furman. I gotta say, these are turning into some of my favorite discs of the lineup so far. Just super fun, super neutral. Just hold any line you put them on. Doesn't really matter the power you put them on. Like give it, it's just gonna hold that line and just go as straight as it possibly can. I've been trying to figure out what discs these remind me of from other lineups, and the best thing I can think of really is like the Oasis reminds me a little bit more of a Comet, just because of that pronounced not bead but like rim, I guess, that's really deep. And then the OT plastic reminds me of a Trash Panda Dune. And I think you can kind of see that during the round today, where the Oasis, I'm getting it to turn, but it's ultimately fighting back out near the end. And even on some like shots like hole 8 or the approach shot I threw here on hole 9, you can see it has some low speed stability, whereas the OT plastic really doesn't want to fight out that much. And if I hit it hard, like you could kind of see in my second shot on hole 9, it actually wanted to turn and hold the turn a lot longer, but it's still pushing straight the majority of the flight, which is something I really, really like. These discs make me really excited for my mid-range lineup because if I can find an overstable redemption, I can have that overstable mid-range be that. I can have my straight mid-range be this Oasis Jireh, and then I can kind of cycle these OT Jirehs and have them get them to different stages of wear to where I can have one that'll flip up and turn for me, flip up, or one that's just kind of like this one that's just like something I can throw flat and kind of get it to turn a little bit. So really, really happy with how these turned out. Can't recommend these anymore if you're looking for just that nice neutral mid-range. If you want to check these out, go check out Goliath discs in my description. Use code BenHoward10, it'll get you 10% off your order. But thank y'all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and y'all have a good one.